So now let's move to the next part. These are some questions where you can solve it by your own. If you find any difficulties while solving this problem, please let me know in comment section. I will be there for helping you. So attempt these questions. Now let's move to the next part, which is conditional statement. First we will read the definition. Conditional statements in Python allow decision making by executing different blocks of code based on conditions. What does it mean? I am repeating the sentence again. Conditional statement in Python allow decision making by executing different blocks of code based on condition. Means it allows in decision making. It executes different blocks of code based on the situations. Okay, we will see the example also. Decision making can be understood with an example. So here the example is also given. Example is, you will receive a number from the user. If the number is greater than 10, you will do task A. If lower than 10, then you will do task B. Means you are giving input to the user. You are taking an input from the user, right? And if the user receives a number, then if you receive the input from the user and it is greater than, let's say it is greater than 10, we will do task A. It is, if it is greater than, if it is lower than 10, you will do task B, right? So here you can relate it from the definition itself. Okay, it helps in decision making based on conditions. Okay, so let's see example also. Let's say is a number, is this is a number given by the user input from task A and task B. It depends, you will do the task A or task B. It depends on this input, right? So let's read another statement. Here's the situation is simple. Number will decide which task to be executed. As I have said you, the situation will decide which task to do. That means now we will control the flow of our program based on some conditions. That's why these statements are also known as control flow statement. Remember this point. I am repeating it again. That means now we will control the flow of our program based on some conditions. That's why these statements are also known as control flow statement. This is also known as control flow statement as because it is based on the conditions, right? So it depends on the condition. That's why it is known as control flow statement. Okay. Now let's move to the another part. I hope you understand this point. This is a very important and crucial topic. So be attentive during the whole class. What are the types of conditional statement? Okay. This is the most important topic. I am marking it very, very important so that you doesn't forget. It is very, very important. If you understand this, then the Python is in your hand, right? So it is very, very important. First point is, generally there are three types of variation in conditional statement. So there are three types of variation in conditional statement. For syntax, you have to watch video. You have to watch this video better. Okay. First one is if. Second one is if else. Third one is if elif else. Right. We will use these three accordingly. If it's used to execute if condition is true. Okay, remember when the condition is true we will use if else is used when execute if true, another if false. Means there are two statements, one is true, another is false, we will use if else. Third one, if elif else. It is used check multiple condition in a sequence. Means you have more than 2 3 conditions, there are multiple conditions and you have to check them all. You will use the if elif statement, right? If you have any doubt, please give write in the comment section. First is if condition. Code to execute if condition is true. As I have said before, it is saying code to execute if condition is true. Second, if condition. Code if condition is true, else code if condition is false. Means you have to use, if the condition is true you have to use if, and if the condition is false you have to use else here, right? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. All right. Third one, if condition 1, elif and else. Means there are multiple conditions, right? Condition 1, condition 2, or 3 or 4, as many as, but generally we go only for 3 to 4 conditions. So we'll use if, elif, else. Okay. And if we use, if the condition 1 is true, elif is used if condition 1 is true, else is used if all the conditions are false. Okay. So now let's move to some another questions. These questions you will solve by your own, and if you have any doubt regarding this question, then you will let me know. This is very important question. I am marking a star in this. Okay. First question. I am giving you a hint, right? First question. Accept two number and print greatest between them. Means you have to take input, as I have told you that you have to take input from the user and print the greatest between them. Right? Means you have to use operators here. Question number two. Accept the gender from the user as char, means character, right? And print the respective greeting meetings messages. Understood what I have said? Means greeting means like example is given, right? Good morning sir on the basis of gender, good morning ma'am, right? Means you have to greet as the as the gender. Okay. Accept an integer and accept an integer and check whether it is an even number or odd number. What did I say? Accept the integer and check whether even or odd. It is a very easy question also. Accept name and age from user, check if user is valid voter or not. Means you have to use above 18 and below 18, right? And you have to print this message also. Okay, you have to print this message, hello dash you are valid voter, right? Question number fifth, it is very important question, so you have to mark it. Accept a year and check if it's a leap year or not. Means you have to check leap year first. Try to solve yourself. If not, then give me a comment section. I will help you, right? I will make a video on this if it's become tough. Okay. If elif ladder, we are going to, let's move to new topic, which is if elif ladder. First, UCNA also create if elif ladder using multiple condition of elif. Means we are going to create multiple condition of elif. Okay. For understanding, we have to solve this question. Open a VS Code and try to solve this question. If you find any difficulties on solving this question, please comment down below and I will answer it. And if it is more difficult, then I will try to make a video on these questions which you all have mentioned. Okay. First is below 0 degrees Celsius. Use second as it will give the output of very cold. Third, it will give the output of cold. Fourth, pleasant. Fifth, hot. Sixth, very hot. Right? So these are you have to do by your own. Now this is the second part, second question. But before the going to second question, you have, this is your homework. HW, you have to do your by your own. Do it by yourself. It is DIY. Do it by yourself. You have to do this by your own. If you find any difficulties, I am there to helping you. And you just have to use all these topics. Just revise this topic, and I will there for you. And I will help you in all this. Okay.